There's an array of family weekend events that will keep everyone busy. We'll name just a few on today's show.
And we sent a reporter to Bryan Clock Tower to uncover a mystery that's been keeping us all on our toes. Coming up on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon, I'm Gillis Williams.
And I'm Jackie Smith. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
You might notice a couple more people on campus this weekend. There are so many events for Family Weekend, so much fun to enjoy. Upcoming events for today through Sunday include a Jenga Tower competition at Another Round Brewing Company, a sip and paint event at Pups and Cups, a plant sale at the Horticulture Club, a pull-down bouldering competition at the University Recreation Center, and so much more. More events can be found at wsu.presence.io.
Speaking of that competition, if you're a rock climber, it is your time to shine. University Recreation is hosting the Pullman Pull-Down Bouldering Competition tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The competition is part of the Northwest Collegiate Climbing Circuit, and schools from all over are coming to participate. Right now, employees are busy preparing for the event.
They flow well.
There are 4 levels of competition. The 3 men and women will compete in a series of 3 final problems, and prizes will even be awarded to winners in each category. There are over 60 climbers already signed up, so go get on it.
Macklemore is performing at Beasley Coliseum tomorrow. Our reporter Zane Dodge will tell you more details.
After having been postponed 2 times and then being canceled, the Macklemore concert will finally be happening. Assistant Director of Beasley Coliseum, Russell Driver, talks about how much it has taken to put on this concert.
It's been tough, but Macklemore has worked with us. We booked him for 2020 and sold the show out in a matter of hours.
When COVID hit in the spring of 2020 and all the restrictions were put in place, it was not possible for the show to be put on.
For the people here at Beasley Coliseum, this is a family weekend event that has been 2 years in the making.
Still wanted Macklemore to come, and Macklemore wanted to come here. So we were able to work it out to, thank God, everything was lifted so far as mandate-wise.
For WSU students, it will be an opportunity for students who have been waiting 2 years to see Macklemore in Pullman like Andrea.
Yeah, so I'm really excited that this weekend, well, 1, my mom gets to come, and then 2, going to concert and finally.
The Macklemore concert will just be one of several events happening around campus for the spring family weekend.
This weekend we have 5 events. We have a craft show that loads in tonight, and then tomorrow and Saturday it's open. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we have the fashion show, and then Saturday we have the concert, and usually on Sunday we have the plant sale with the hort.
As many families come to Pullman, the Macklemore concert is an event that will finally take place, with the 4th time being the charm. Reporting in Pullman, Zane Dodge, Murrow News 8.
Pippin, the classic musical, will have its 5th showing at the Regional Theater of the Palouse for this family weekend. The music and lyrics will be from 4-time Grammy winner and 3-time Oscar winner Stephen Schwartz. The 5th showing is this Sunday at 1:30 p.m., and more information can be found at wsu.presence.io.
Speaking of Family Weekend, the Visitor Center and Ferdinand's Ice Cream will be extending their hours this weekend to keep families busy and interested around campus. According to Brailsford WSU Visitor Center Manager Elizabeth McManus, the center will be open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday and 8 a.m. to noon Sunday. Ferdinand's will also be open 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Saturday as well.
The WSU Family Weekend Committee is hosting the WSU Spring Family Arts and Crafts Fair today. Our permanent reporter Vasily Varlamos is live on the scene with the details.
Hey guys, we are at the Spring Family Arts and Crafts Festival here at Beasley Coliseum. Attendance is free, so come and enjoy whenever you guys want. It is open today from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 3:30. There's some awesome stuff here. There's some Wazoo licensed apparel, and then if you look behind me, we got some beautiful woodwork. There's no stain, no paint at all. It is all custom made, and there's some pens. There's some other stuff as well. It's awesome. There's also some custom glassware and tumblers as well behind me, and then some awesome coloring books as well, coloring pages. So a ton of stuff for people to enjoy. Come by and enjoy it, and I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Vasily Varlamos, thank you. In other arts news, WSU's Gender and Sexuality Alliance has a new exhibition on display for the whole month of April. Murrow News 8 reporter Alex McCollum has more details.
Tuesday night, WSU's Gender and Sexuality Alliance held a reception for their new art exhibition at the Gender Identity Expression and Sexual Orientation Resource Center. The theme, Queer Joy and Expression.
Queer joy is somewhere where I can express myself, or like anyone can express themselves in a way that's not constricting.
Really, it's community and taking care of each other, and it's each other.
The GSA accepted art like these woodblock paintings on the wall behind me, poetry, a drawing titled A Letter to the Patriarchy from an anonymous artist, and even songs that can be accessed on a QR code like this one. And they're all on display here in the GSORC office for the whole month of April. GSA Secretary Nick Bios says all art that was submitted for the exhibit was accepted and put on display.
We actually displayed every art piece that we got because even though some are not exactly joyful, like I submitted the one called Dream over there, and it's kind of sad, but like it's just about expression.
GSA advisor Josie Rodriguez says along with WSU students and staff, community members and local artists also submitted their own pieces, like embroidery and tattoo pieces.
Maher Salvatore, who submitted some embroidery work, is one of my biggest inspirations, and she does really beautiful embroidery work and wood prints and just a ton of different stuff.
Sophomore fine arts major Ash Croxton says they created their piece as a focus on the process of transition.
So I didn't want to make something that was post-transition, but something in the middle of pre and post-transition when you look at it.
Croxton says in the future they would like to be a storyboard artist and create stories and characters people can relate to and are impacted by.
With my art, and also when I did color art, I would see people come up to me and be like, oh my gosh, that was so impactful. So I want to have a career that can do that for people.
Until then, their art is on display at the GSORC office, along with other artists and contributors who want to express queer joy. Reporting from Pullman, Alex McCollum.
And to draw in even more art news, nominations for the biennial Moscow Mayor's Art Awards are now open through July 29th. The awards recognize individuals and organizations who show support and excellence in the arts. All mediums are accepted, including literary, performing, and visual arts. Award winners will receive a custom-designed artwork made by a local artist, and those interested can submit nominations through the Moscow Arts website.
WSU will be changing grade terminology for incoming students. Next fall, incoming students will be referred to by the university as first-year students instead of freshmen. The primary purpose of changing the terminology is to be more inclusive by including gender-neutral language. WSU Interim Vice Provost Bill Davis said the decision process began with conversations at the President's Commission on Gender Identity and Sexual Orientation.
So, if you've ever wondered how the Bryan Clock Tower on the WSU campus worked, you're not alone. Rylee Fitzgerald went to the clock tower to investigate this mystery.
Thanks, guys. Rylee Fitzgerald here, investigative reporter. Bryan Clock Tower, a staple on the campus of Washington State University. Every day, on the hour, we hear the chimes. The question on all of our minds, who runs the clock tower? Who is up there? Now I know what you're thinking. What? Well, how else would it work? Pre-recorded tunes from a CD collection of music that just so happens to play every single day on the hour from the carillon of the clock tower? I don't think so. I don't think so. I spoke to some Washington State University students about their theories. Let's hear them.
I've heard ghosts. I've also heard goblins, but I think personally I lean more on the goblin side.
I was told not to talk about it. My money's on the wrong team, honestly. Those big, strong guys with their big muscles could be moving the clock tower really well.
A goal of mine for a very long time now is to figure out exactly What is going on up there? Stay tuned to find out.
Well, thanks, Rylee. I've certainly been curious. But coming up next on Murrow News 8, we'll hear about not one, but 2 symposiums coming up on the Washington State University campus.
And there was a rally happening on the University of Idaho campus, and it might not be what you'd expect it to be. Coming up next on Murrow News 8.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Hey, thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Kenneth Downing, the suspect in a series of sexual assault and home invasion cold cases, is expected in court today. Downing pled not guilty to 13 charges relating to the sexual assault of 3 victims. If convicted, Downing faces life in prison. Pullman police used forensic genealogy to link Downing's DNA evidence to multiple crime scenes from 2003 and 2004.
A student activist organization at the University of Idaho rallied together with the message to boycott Wendy's. The Movimento Activista social group stood in front of Wendy's and were there to encourage people to boycott the fast food restaurant until it agrees to join a program to protect farm workers. A spokesperson for the group said many large corporations have joined, but Wendy's has refused. This is the 8th year the club has protested Wendy's.
The Carson College of Business at WSU is hosting its very first marketing symposium. Panelists for the symposium include Don Leonetti from Microsoft, Tristan Rees from Armoire, and John Hale from Sharp. The event is free and open to the public and will be held from 9:45 a.m. to 3:10 p.m. on Wednesday, April 13th in the Cub Junior Ballroom on the Pullman campus.
And if you haven't heard, the Murrow Symposium has a VIP guest coming next week. Ann Curry will be coming to campus to receive the Murrow Lifetime Achievement Award in Journalism and to work and speak with students. Murrow professor and alumnus Matt Lovelace has been responsible for putting together Curry's tribute video and has learned a lot about her story and why he thinks she is deserving of this award.
She just has this passion for reporting, but also this compassion for the subjects that she covers. I know that she would always fight for the opportunity to go tell stories.
You can view Curry's keynote speech and hear more from her by registering for the symposium, as well as attend other panels next Tuesday and Wednesday. Registration is still open on the Murrow Symposium website. And the Jordan Schnitzer Museum of Art has begun displaying the Master of Fine Arts thesis exhibition. I went to go check out this exhibition and even talk to one of the artists involved. The end of the school year means final exams, job hunting, and, for Master of the Fine Arts graduate candidates, art museum exhibitions.
This particular show is about celebrating the accomplishments of the fine arts thesis students.
6 students were selected for this program, which typically is an intense 2-year program consisting of regular meetings with professors and visiting artists and scholars while sharpening their confidence and skills as artists. Debbie Stinson, the marketing and PR manager for the Jordan Schnitzer Art Museum, said that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some students in this program opted in to stay for an extra year, with only one MFA thesis student graduating in 2021.
The rest of them elected not to graduate during COVID. because they wanted that face-to-face time with their professors and to finish their work and to be at WSU creating the work.
This art isn't just going to be something that you see hanging on your mom's fridge. This exhibition is a huge step in the right direction to help jumpstart these young artists' careers, and it has been years in the making.
In this exhibition, there are artists who do multimedia digital work, weaving, three-dimensional fabric sculpting, and oil painting, which is done by graduate candidate Sarah Barnett. Barnett graduated in 2018 from the University of North Texas and has been doing oil painting ever since.
I mainly focus on the human figure as my subject matter, and I do pretty much consistently kind of these close-up views of like these distorted figures.
Barnett was also one of the students who opted to stay in the program for an extra year.
The past 3 years for me have been kind of a wild ride. I mean, I had no idea what to expect, like coming in terms of what I was going to make.
Despite not being sure what she would make, Barnett will have 9 oil paintings displayed in the exhibition alongside the other 5 graduate candidates. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Jackie Smith, Murrow News 8.
I was definitely blown away by some of this art, and you can go check it out yourself. That exhibition is on display at the Jordan Schnitzler Museum of Art now until May 7th, and there will even be an MFA Thesis Artist Talks tonight at the museum where you can meet and hear from all 6 artists, and they will introduce their work. The event begins at 3 p.m. and will be followed by an open reception.
Coming up after the break, we'll hear from Shane Merwin about the weather conditions.
I'm certainly hoping that this family weekend will be nice and sunny, but we'll find out soon. Coming up next.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
It was starting to get a little chilly out towards the end of this week, especially right before families of students started coming in. Well, Shane, you got the forecast. What's the scoop on weather?
Thanks, GW. Yeah, it's actually looking pretty decent out here in the Palouse today. Mostly sunny skies with highs of about 54. We are expecting that to drop into the night, though. It's saying it's going to get about as low as 25 degrees, so definitely prepare for that, as we should prepare for this chilliness to kind of carry into tomorrow. We're going to see possible winds get up to 20, 25 degrees. Mix that in with the scattered showers, and it's definitely going to be an ugly day tomorrow as opposed to today, so plan your schedule accordingly. We'll go ahead and take a look at the state map. We'll see in Spokane, they're kind of in the same boat as us, highs in the mid-50s with partly cloudy skies. And where Yakima and the Tri-Cities is where it really starts to heat up there, mid-60s, not a cloud in the sky, so definitely something to be jealous of there. And even if we travel all the way over to Olympia and Seattle, we'll see mid-50s, and it should only be around the low 40s nights on western Washington. So Mother Nature's playing pretty nice. No rain. I guess you could say the rain has gone away. It begs the question, will it come back again some other day? I'll step aside for the 5-day forecast. where a question is soonly answered, and it's yes. Again, tomorrow, the ugly rain as well as that wind. It's going to be pretty treacherous tomorrow, to say the least. But if you're an optimist, you do have the 51-degree high, so at least it'll be kind of warm when it's pretty uncomfortable outside as far as the conditions go. Sunday, the rain is gone, the clouds aren't, because they are preparing for the most rainy day of next week, which is on Monday. Highs of only 47 on that day. Similar situation going on Tuesday with the same high temperature. However, no rain, so something to look forward to there. And finally on Wednesday, the day I have circled on my calendar, where the sun will be out and it'll be glaring there on Wednesday. And I don't know about y'all at the desk, but I hope that is something that sticks around during the home stretch of the semester.
Thank you, Shane. WSU has a big 3-game weekend coming up in Pullman. Find out game times and keys to victory.
And our reporter, Chris Mitchell, was sidelined for WSU Spring Ball. See how the Cougs are looking heading into the spring game? Up next.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Hey, thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Hey there, I'm Drew with sports. In WSU news, Washington State baseball is back in Bailey-Brayton starting today for a 3-game series against the Utah Utes. They look to get back on track after losing 8 in a row, the last of which being to BYU down in Provo. The Cougs start the series against Utah today at 3:05 p.m. It continues Saturday at 2 p.m. and the series finale Sunday at 1 p.m. As Shane said, it's going to be only partly sunny, so you might want to bring a coat. The Cougar football team has been practicing for the 2022 season. Chris Mitchell was at practice and has more from players and coaches on the sidelines on the progress so far.
Spring practice is underway for the Washington State University football team. This month's worth of practices will be capped off by the Crimson and Gray game played on April 23rd. Last season, the Cougs finished at 7-6 and 3-3 under then interim head coach Jake Dicker. With players graduating, transfers coming and going, and of course new recruits going along with the new system, the new look Cougs are setting out to accomplish a lot this spring. With Coach Dicker now comfortably at the helm, his first priority is establishing a mentality around his team.
But we got to create a mentality, okay? Our mentality as a team, not as offense, defense, as a team, is something that we're working on improving every day. And that's going to show out here on the field, but it's in everything we do.
Edge rusher RJ Stone spoke about how this mentality has come out between the offensive and defensive linemen.
As one man sharpens another, and that's kind of the whole goal. As long as we're ultimately someone's teaching and learning and getting better after every rep, we're ultimately going to get better.
Defensive coordinator and linebackers coach Brian Ward expanded on this sentiment.
It's a new wazoo. I mean, really, and that's what we're trying to do is build the culture. These guys know they got to play hard, they got to play fast, they got to play together.
Finally, I asked some Cougs about their individual goals and their team goals. I didn't ask about field goals.
I think the biggest thing is trying to play faster, slow my feet down, and just make sure my feet right is correct. That's what our coaches is drilling into us right now, is making sure that our feet work is right. And then after that, we're just playing fast, playing ball.
Just really the team forming that bond together, not just being separate.
Each day, 1% better, and, continuing to do our job, do our 1/11th for the unit, and then just get better at communication and just playing off of each other.
With Murrow News 8 in Pullman, I'm Chris Mitchell.
It's meet day for WSU track and field as they head to Eugene, Oregon today for the Hayward Premiere, which starts at 5 p.m. Good luck to all the athletes competing, and especially Michaela DeMello, the freshman who ran the fastest 100-meter hurdle in WSU women's track and field history in her first outdoor meet with WSU last week. That earned her Pac-12 Conference Women's Track Athlete of the Week honors. In national news, despite a 2-0 loss to Costa Rica on Wednesday, the U.S. men's soccer team qualified for the World Cup this winter in Qatar. They finished third in the CONCACAF standings and will return after missing the last World Cup for the first time since 1986. It was announced today that the U.S. will be in Group B with England, and I gotta say, history favors us in that matchup. Iran will also be in the group, and the fourth team is yet to be named. The Final Four in college men's basketball is tomorrow, and it has some of the biggest blue blood matchups that we've seen in the Final Four. It will take place down in New Orleans. The most anticipated matchup, possibly in the history of college basketball, is Duke versus UNC. It's Coach K's last year in his 13th Final Four. It's also the first time Duke and North Carolina have met in the tournament. The other matchup will feature Villanova against Kansas. Another great matchup as Villanova goes for their third title in 6 years, and Kansas became the most winningest program in college hoops this postseason. Villanova beat Kansas in 2018 in the Final Four. Hey, Gillis, who do you got in the Duke-North Carolina game?
Oh, well, Drew, I know they say root for the underdog, especially during this time of year, but I'm going to have to go with Duke.
Riding with Coach K.
Yeah, Coach K, 4 decades there, all that experience on both ends of the ball. Just going to have to go with Duke.
Good pick, good pick. What about you, Jackie?
See, I need to show a little love to the underdog, so I'm going North Carolina for sure. So what Gillis doesn't show love for, I will.
All right, all right.
But we'll be hearing back from Rylee Fitzgerald after our break to see if she has any update on Bryan Clock Tower.
And a relaxation is set up right now in the Cub, and before you go running to see what it is, we'll be right back to tell you what's going on.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
Rylee Fitzgerald plans to fully uncover the truth, and it seems like we have some sort of an update.
I was wrong. There's something going on in there, but they don't want to tell us. What are they not telling us?
That was concerning. Can someone check on Rylee?
Moving on, hope she's okay. We're approaching the end of our show, and between you and me, I'm really hungry. So luckily, the PB&J Club is hosting a relaxation station right now. The club will be handing out free sandwiches on the Cub first floor until 3 p.m. today. And in the Cub lair, there'll be a relaxation station with coloring sheets, crayons, markers, board games, and more relaxation activities. So that was all for today's show. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks for watching.